Welcome to my Final Fantasy VII Initial Equipment, No Accessory, No Items, No Enemy Skill Challenge. So I'm about to head into the final bosses here again. I've been down there once before, but I have gained a few levels and leveled up a couple of important materia, and I'm about to head down there again to go for round 2. I also realized at the end of the last recording that I didn't have sadness, so I went ahead and got that on my party here, because I want that for the safer Sephiroth fight, if nothing else. It is a little too difficult for me not to have sadness here. I'm just gonna speed through this dialogue, because I read it the first time I was going down here a couple of videos ago. So let's just go. I know I talked about bringing Cait and Yuffie again, but I think I've changed my mind and I'm actually bringing Sid and Vincent. Just because they get more experience and will get higher levels, and so hopefully that will be helpful for the final safer and Bizarro fights. I hope at least it will be helpful for those fights. Right, I also change... Do I want to change out this? Let's keep it like this. It should be fine, I hope. Need to keep track of Safer's, if I actually get there, I need to keep track of Safer's cycle of attacks, I guess you could call it, so that I don't get screwed over at some point. Would you stop bringing me fights on every platform, please? Get me out of the fights quicker, please, as well. Be lovely. That platform is so tricky for some reason. You have to go back and forth again. It doesn't work, just go forward. Alright, we got Sid's limit here as well. Wasn't really looking for that, but might be good actually. Yeah, let's go. I think I'll heal in the fight with a regen instead of using a couple of cures now. It should be doable, I think. Don't think I should take enough damage to be threatened really before I get to the point where I don't think I should take enough damage to be threatened by to die here in this fight. I don't think, at least. I think I'll actually save the dragon dive a little, or not. See how many is alive after this dragon dive in parts. Problem is that I don't really want just one part to die, I want all parts to be alive if possible. Let's just pop the Ultima, I don't know. Yeah, one part died, that's a little unfortunate. You're going to use regen now, and you're going to be moving to the front row, because this should kill the other second arm as well. I'll have used a little more MP with Vincent than I would have liked, but should be fine. I think. Should move Cloud to the front row also. No real point in keeping him in the back. Move him to the front row, that's what I said I was gonna do. not attack again. Yeah, so this is a very solid tactic against this boss, at least. Genova fight here, for sure. At least a very clear animation for when the arms come back, so I don't really have to worry or think when I should be using the ultimate. Just wait until they start moving and use it. Should probably be starting our counter pretty soon here. Yeah, there we go. Use one more Ultima, and hopefully I shouldn't have to use any more Ultimas in this fight. I shouldn't have more than maybe a couple of thousand left. So I should be able to bring that HP down with just Cloud and Cid here. I hope at least. There we go, lovely. So yeah, that went about as well as I could have expected. Happy with how that was going, at least. That's nice. HP plus level up. Getting a lot of experience from this fight. So Cloud just gained 3 levels, the other 2 gained 2 levels each, so that's gonna be helpful, I think, as well for the final bosses. Final phases, that is. Or final bosses. They are different bosses, I'd say. I have a pretty solid tactic against Safer. I just got execute it, which might be challenging. We'll see how challenging. A light. Is this light holy? Why, I believe it is, actually. Oh, damn, man. Barret. What, so everyone's together again? Yeah, that we are. Because here's the big bad. The biggest, baddest of them all. Let's bring bring the gang together and heal up. Everyone's still in sadness, so that is actually awesome for the final fight, at least. What's this? Right, so I could actually have healed with another character if I'd wanted to. This should be fine. I think I'm happy with how I'm set up now. I suppose I could get rid of this one, because I don't have more than 682 MP anyway, so no point in having that one. This one is tempting to bring, but I don't want to lose force strength, because that's going to be my main damage source for the final phases. But maybe I'll bring up Phoenix, actually, to bring my magic up even more. Lose a little life, but that's actually worth it, I think. 121 magic, so that's a respectable amount of magic at least. So yeah, let's go. See how we'll deal with Safer here. Hopefully I will deal, or with Bizarro first of all. Hopefully I will get this right this time. I do feel confident that it's gonna work, but we'll see. Might have to eat up those words. Put these two in front row again. The Ultima should kill 3 of the parts. Should only leave the core and the main body. I should get a lot of MP back. Yeah, 30 plus, that's really nice. Good thing about having a lot of targets, but won't be having more than 3 from now on. Do wish these animations were quicker. It takes so long to go through them. Queuing up this to see when the head comes back. Easier. Oh, not that target. Need to go for the core, because every attack on the main body is a wasted attack here. Unfortunately. Still no head back. I am conserving a little MP now, that's why I'm not using Ultima unless the head is up. So I'll have more MP for the final phase. There we go. Let's see, the core should be close to dying as well after this Ultima cost, I think. I think it only has like 10,000, so shouldn't have too much after this. I don't think, at least. See if I can notice the difference. Oh, I suppose they might not have the same magic defense. It's against 3 targets again. Go, the head is down again. See if the core also goes down. Seems no. There we are. Now the core is also down. Should be setting up a region here as well soon. Waste a little, or use a little of Cloud's MP, not waste. It's not a waste to use region. Never a waste to use region. So yeah, this is a pretty easy way to deal with the head. Just only use Ultima when it comes up, and it's no real problem as long as I can queue it up as soon as I see it come back. You don't have to deal with any really major threatening attacks like Heartless Angel or anything like that. So that's nice. Okay, so does this get rid of region? No, it does. Yeah, it does actually. It's too bad. Guess I'll set it up again then, because he got rid of it for me. It's slightly annoying, but oh well. It is what it is. It came back quickly this time around. Yeah, such good music in all these 3 fights again. I just keep saying that, but it's so true. It's crazy good music to me, at least. Well, I'm in a good position HP-wise now, at least. That's good. That is very good. Oh wow, I actually managed to get the Heartless Angel off here. That is not great. Yeah. Not great at all. Somehow I was a little too slow with the ultimate queuing here this time around, so got the Heartless Angel hit. But it is what it is. That cross slash. I really need to be healthy when the next fight starts, because otherwise I'm probably gonna not have a chance in that one. So hopefully it should be going down soon, this boss here, I believe. Decent amount of MP, or pretty good amount of MP actually, now that I think a little more on it. I'm happy with that amount of MP for sure. Wonder if I got, oh yeah, I lost my sadness as well. That's not great. Could have been nice to have the sadness for the safer fight, but oh well. This guy got rid of it for me, unfortunately. Okay, so Cloud's gonna be not super healthy for the final fight, but I should still have enough time to set up like a regen at the start of the fight, and I should have enough HP to survive at least the first couple of turns, I think. We will see. So yeah, this music is also so good. It's pretty crazy. I actually have full life. Didn't expect the regen to take that long. Might actually attack with Cloud here. Set up the regen after the first... after his first attack. Or just before his first attack, I suppose I should say. Magic Barrier, you will be using Ultima. It's not gonna deal as much damage as I would have liked, but oh well, it's gonna have to be okay. No, not cured. What am I? That is not the right thing to queue up there. You want to queue up a barrier? Not great. This was not a terrific start here. Should at least survive this without any major problems. Using that Cure 3 was not great. Not perfect, at least. It's not horrible. Regen's a lot more worth per MP when you use it. So I like to use that if I can. So what's the next move it's gonna do? It's gonna become long range, right? So no point in attacking with you. Just wait for now. Oh, it's the physical attack, right? Forgot about that. Well, I guess you can attack now then. So next up he's gonna go up, and it's Pale Horse. So I need to... maybe I should set up Magic Barrier. I want both Magic Barrier and the... what's it called? I want to Isuna if it hits anyone other than Sid. Set up the Magic Barrier now. Should be fine. No, Cloud's not gonna hit. Alright, I put up a regen, that's good. Throw in a cross slash here now that I have time for it as well. It's gonna be pretty good, I think. Because this next attack is gonna be Pale Horse, and then it's gonna be... Alright, I can't use any more magic with you, so I guess it's time to use Chaos here. Let's go for Chaos. See what kind of damage this will deal here. Satan Slam. This is a stronger attack, I think. 3600, so not bad, not bad. It's not as much as Ultimo's doing, but still not bad. That's actually good. That it hit Sid here. Let's see how's my MP. Let's use a regen here. No, can't actually. Right, his next attack is gonna be the Supernova. So that's gonna deal a lot of damage. So what I want to do here is set up Regen with you and Cure 3 with you. Hopefully I will have my Magic Barrier by the time he uses Break. That Break cost is going to be really, really dangerous if it hits the wrong target. If I don't have Magic Barrier up, that is. So we'll see. This could also be really dangerous if it hits, like if it makes Vincent confused or something like that. That would be really bad. Or anyone, or Cloud gets confused and uses Regen on Safer, that would also be extremely bad, I have to say. Yeah, so next time it's gonna be a Break. Dealt around 30,000 damage to him, so if I had gotten him down to, what is it? I think it's 25%, so 20,000. He would be using Heartless Angel instead, which would actually probably be better for me, I think. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Cloud has a little less MP than I would have liked. It's mostly because I accidentally used the Cure 3 at the start of this fight. Yeah, that was not great for me. Oh god. Oh god. This is not good. This is really, really, really not good. Someone's gonna die here, I think. Because he's probably gonna use his Break now. Or is this probably going to use this on the enemy? No, it doesn't work. Right, it was silence as well. That was actually good. Well, Cloud's down. My other party members are at least up, so that's something. Could have been worse, could have been worse. I think I'll pop the limit here. His next attack is going to be drops back down, so it's not really dangerous. A couple of turns now. So hopefully this Dragon Dive will deal quite a bit of damage. But yeah, losing Cloud isn't great, unfortunately. But I might be able to get through this anyway, we'll see. Gosh, too bad I didn't get that off before. Before he came down, that would have been good. Need to set up another magic barrier and regen again. So Sid is gonna have a rough time now. Okay, so still regened up, am I not? Yeah. What will he do now? Dispel, right. Pop the regen again. Well, this is good at least that he's using these attacks here. Satan Slam is using that a lot, so that's actually really good. Now I have time to set up the magic barrier. Please use Satan Slam more. Actually worth using an attack with Sid here. Yeah, let's go. One attack with Sid. Bring him down a little further. I didn't use... Alright, he doesn't use... Naturally... He doesn't naturally always use... What's that called? Now it's going up into the air. So next up is Pale Horse again, and I really hope this hits Sid again. Then it's time for another Supernova. I don't have all Magic Barrier anymore though. Alright. Next up is the Pale Horse. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. So that's actually like a limit attack as well, or summon attack as well, because it's set to wait when that is used. Satan Slam. Do I want to go for Regen or do I want to go for Magic Barrier on Sid? Let's go for Regen and hope for the best. That's good, hit the right target. So I'm gonna go ham and use a summon to try to get him to critical or less than 20% life so I don't have to deal with the break. Because the break is gonna be my worst nightmare. But I don't have enough MP for that. Don't have enough MP to be using, what's it called? To be using Hades. So yeah, Supernova is coming next. I need to need to heal after the Supernova, so let's go for a Cure 3 actually. And then the break is coming, and if it doesn't hit Vincent, Cid is gonna die if it hits him. That's still, it doesn't have magic barrier, and it's not gonna have enough life to survive one of those what's it called? Break spells. And I don't think I'm gonna have him low enough for him to be using Heartless Angel, which would actually be better for me at the moment, because then I could just heal with the regen, and I wouldn't have to worry about using a cure to survive the break. Yeah. This is truly a rough fight, I have to say. Too bad I lost Cloud when I lost him. Would have been really nice to have him up by now, or at the moment. I am still hoping that this is gonna work. Not sure of it, however. Would have been nice if Vincent was dealing even more damage with his limit. Would have been extremely helpful. Oh, well, can't have everything here, I guess. Hopefully, if this break hits Vincent, I should be able to survive. If it doesn't, I won't be surviving this. So I deal enough damage to bring him to... I don't think it's gonna bring him low enough to use Heartless Angel. Please hit Vincent, that's good. Let's go for a Asuna on him then. Actually good. Can't complain about that. Hit the right target. I am in a decent position right now, I think. So next up he's gonna use either Wall or Dispel. And then he's probably gonna use the Shadow Flare, which it's not gonna be great. Right, let's go with Magic Barrier on Cid here. Too bad the wall is up, so he won't be dealing as much damage to him for a little while here. So next up is going to be the physical attack. Do I want to set up a barrier? Or just go for that I will survive it? I think I will survive it, so maybe I'll not set up a barrier actually. Save a little MP and use one attack instead. No worries, no problem surviving that at least, with the magic barrier up at least, that's nice. Hopefully his wall will wear off here shortly. It's gonna go up into the air now, and then it's gonna be Pale Horse again. Do I have regen? I don't have regen anymore. No, it's gonna be like the physical attack first. Set up regen on you, first of all. Don't have regen all anymore, that's also bad. At least it's not great. miss Cloud right about now so much. That hit the right target again. So next up is going to be Supernova. And I have my regions set up for that, so that's good. And I think he is in a range where he will be using Heartless Angel. So that's actually pretty good for me. Still have Regen and Sadness. As Regen and Sadness on Sid as well. That's good. I thought I'd lost my Sadness, but apparently I have not. Well, on Sid at least. This should get Sid his limit, which I will be using as soon as I can. To bring him down a little further. Yeah, this is going worse than I had hoped, but better than it felt when Cloud died at least. So that's something. It's not looking absolutely hopeless. But it is challenging, that's for sure. I really have to pause and think every now and then just to gather my thoughts and think of what's actually the best move to do next. Hopefully, I don't know if Vincent can actually be confused when he is in his this form. I think not, but I'm not sure. Because if he gets confused, then it's all over, I'd say. From this attack, that is. Oh, so this is the third Supernova, I think. Quite a lot of them. Quite a lot of them, that's for sure. Right, Satan Slam, that's good. It's going to deal quite a bit of damage. And then we have the Dragon Dive, which is also going to be dealing quite a lot of damage. So I think he should be getting pretty low, and he should definitely be using Heartless Angel here, I'd say. I need to set up another region on Chaos, I can see. Otherwise, he might die. That deals a lot of damage, that's for sure. It's gonna be a turn where he doesn't really do anything here. So I can regen up both my characters, and hopefully that regen will tick up quickly enough for me to get into a position where I'm healthy enough to survive what he will pull afterwards. Satan Slam, okay. Let's see, this should deal some damage as well. Let's see here. Is that it? Did I do it? Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, that's so nice. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah. So happy that I managed to do this here. Holy smokes. That was rough. 69 MP left on Vincent. 99 MP left on Sid. Cloud is dead. If Cloud hadn't died, it would have been easier, of course, but he did die, so there's that. But yeah, I really had to think about what to do in this fight, and it worked. So happy it worked. I don't think I could have done this, at least not with this strategy, if I hadn't leveled up those 4 levels. I think I would have ran out of MP or just died too early, or not dealt enough damage to bring him to the point where he was almost dead there, and started used Heartless Angel instead of the break, because the break is really bad. That is a major pain. Yeah, but I'm really happy I managed for that, so yeah. This is all we could do. Wait, what about Holy? What's gonna happen to the planet? That I don't know. It's up to isn't the rest up to the planet? You're right. We've done all that we could do. Alright, everyone. We did our best. That's it. Let's go home proud. For sure. What happened? I feel it. What? He's still here. Still. Cloud? He's laughing. Cloud. Still overjoyed that I actually managed to beat him. That was so close, and I got lucky a few times, or quite a few times actually. The break hit Vincent when I needed it to hit Vincent. Pale Horse only hit Sid, I think, so that's really lucky. And what else? Yeah, I just got quite a few Satan slams. I don't know what the chances of that ability triggering, but I think it should be lower than the chance of getting the Chaos Saber, which deals quite a lot less damage. So yeah, I didn't get any really bad status effects either, so that was, yeah, I had quite a bit of luck in that fight for sure. Alright, let's just use Omni Slash here. Or counter, I suppose. Counter is fine. I was talking, so I forgot that I was supposed to use Omni Slash there. Right, so here we defeat Sephiroth for real this time. Or the real Sephiroth is defeated, so he can no longer block Holy. So it's time for Holy to do its thing. Yeah, this is also quite impressive for such an old game. It's like it said, it's almost 25 years old, this game. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah. So I actually got a hold of a PS5 recently. So I will be playing a few games on that as well at some point. Don't know exactly when yet, but I will certainly be playing on that when I get it. I haven't received it yet, but I've ordered it. So that was nice. Really happy about that. Let's go. I think I'm beginning to understand what an answer from the planet, the Promised Land. I think I can meet her there. Yeah, let's go meet her. Hey, where is everyone? Hey! I'm glad you're all safe. they all seem to be safe too. Well, ain't that now, but now what are we going to do? Holy should be moving soon. And that means this place will... Oh, Lady Luck, don't fail me now. Yeah, this is kind of funny scene as well. Here comes the high wind. Naturally. Alright, let's get out of here. Just to watch this action unfold here. Shit. Cid and his levers. Levers? I think it's called levers at least. I think that's how you pronounce it at least. English isn't my first language, so I might mispronounce things every now and then. There are words I don't really know what they mean, even though I am fairly good at English at least, but definitely don't know everything, that's for sure. Hey, it's Marlene. The flower girl? Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the Integrate DLC for the Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. I will be playing that. Might be making a Let's Play of it, we'll see. Shouldn't be too long, I don't think. But it's been a while since I played that game, so hopefully I'm not going to be too rusty. Yeah, won't be much left of Midgar. All these meteor tornadoes going forth. I really like the scene as well. It's so well made for such an old scene. Wait a damn minute. What's going to happen to Midgar? Can't let that happen. I had everyone take refuge in the slums, but the way things are now... Yeah, it's not looking good for the slums either. It's too late for Holy. God, Red looks so awesome here. Meteor is approaching the planet. Holy is having the opposite effect. Forget Midgar. We've got to worry about the planet. Yeah, that's a very true statement, Red. What's that? It's the live stream. Did I just say that? I can't remember. I was thinking of something else. What the hell is that? I was just admiring the handiwork. Live stream? coming. Damn right it is. Coming, that is. I'm still just overjoyed thinking about my safer Sephiroth fight there. It was so many close calls, and yeah, it was so nice to finally get him down. Would have been rough if I had failed at the end there. Good thing Regen works the way it does. Yeah. Hey, it's our girl. So yeah, it's a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of this game. Don't really get to find out what happens to any of the party members. It's also a really good song. Not quite as good as the Genova or the Bizarro Sephiroth fight songs, in my opinion, or One Winged Angel, of course, as well. That's just such an epic tune, or such an epic track. But yeah, not much else to say about the challenge. The challenge itself was a lot of fun. It really made me think about what to do in certain fights and how to handle certain bosses and all that kind of stuff, so that was a lot of fun. I had quite a few game overs against Demon Wall and Schizo, and I even managed to game over against Proud Claude and Hojo as well, and of course 2 or 3 against Safer, 1 or 2 against 2 or 3 maybe against Genova in the final boss gauntlet. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm happy I kept my levels low, didn't grind except when I felt like I needed it, which were for the Demon's Gate boss and the final bosses. But I didn't grind too much, maybe a total of an hour, a little more. Hour and a half maybe, tops, total grinding in this challenge run, so happy with that. Didn't really need any more than that. What else? Is there anything else I want to say here? Yeah, I'm not actually done with this run yet. I will be posting another video where I gather the things I need for my planned strategies for the Emerald and Ruby weapons. So I am planning on fighting those, trying them out at least. I am fairly confident that I will at least be able to deal with Emerald. I am fairly confident that I have a strategy that will work well against him. Against Ruby, I'm not as certain. I feel like I have a strategy in mind that should work, but I really need to try it out before I could actually say if it's gonna work or not. But I do believe it should work. So I am looking forward to trying those out. But yeah, one video where I gather the stuff, and then I think I will do the grinding while not recording, just because it's not that fun. I personally don't think it's that fun to watch someone grind. If I do record it, I'm not gonna talk while I record it. Instead, I'm just gonna speed it up and post it at like 4 times speed or something like that, depending on how long it's gonna take. But we'll see. But after that, it's gonna be my attempts against Emerald and Ruby. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think. I hope. It's gonna be fun. I hope I'm not gonna be smashed too bad, at least. Might be. We'll see. Yeah, after that, this challenge is gonna be officially over and done. If I can manage to defeat Emerald and Ruby with my planned strategy at least. If I don't defeat them, then I'll have to reconsider and think if there's anything else I could try. Especially against Ruby. Yeah, like I said, I'm fairly certain I have a solid tactic against Emerald. It is going to take a while, unfortunately, but it should be a solid tactic either way. A solid enough tactic at least. There are a few materia that I need for the other, the Ruby strategy, but I'll talk more about that in the next video where I actually gather those materia that I need or want. I think I have, no, I need one more materia for Emerald, or two more materias for Emerald, and against Ruby I need one. I really only need one more materia against Ruby. One more materia, no, three more materia against Emerald, but one of them is released yet. And against Emerald or Ruby, it's gonna be one materia there. Is there anything else? Not really. I think I'll really only need one more materia for Ruby. I think at least. But we'll see. We will see. I will need to level up quite a few materia though. And the Ruby fight, if it works, is gonna take a long time. It's gonna be one long recording, I can tell you that. The Emerald one as well, of course, because I won't be dealing much damage. Right, time for the final scene. 500 years later. So I don't think Red lives for 500 years. So this shouldn't be him. But I haven't really exactly checked up on that fact. But I don't think he lives that long. I think their race might live like 300 years, something like that, 400. But I do not believe they live 500 years, but I'm not sure. So this might be Red actually. Could be at least. Or it's his son or his grandson or something. I'd say they are definitely related to Red at least. If it's not him, this one. Yeah. Midgar is in ruins, that is a fact. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. So like I said, managed to finish it off, the main story and all the main bosses and all that. So really happy about that. But I will be returning for more, like I said earlier, but that's going to be it for this one. So until next time, have a good time.